Hello! Thank you for taking the time to learn more about the MPH Capstone proposal. This presentation will help you to better understand the MPH Capstone proposal that you will develop and the additional steps required for approval of your capstone proposal. Remember that you won't be able to enroll in the 2-credit capstone course until your capstone proposal is approved by your faculty advisor. Once they've approved your capstone proposal, you'll be sent a permission code that you'll use to register for the capstone course. This also means that you won't be able to begin working on your capstone project until your capstone proposal is approved. So be sure to think backward from either the deadline for submitting a capstone proposal or the date that you wish to start working on your project, and then plan accordingly to allow time for submission of a draft capstone proposal and making edits based on the feedback provided by your faculty advisor. If you have an F1 or J1 visa as a student in the Colorado School of Public Health, you'll need to contact staff at the CU Denver campus in International Student and Scholar Services. Work completed as part of the capstone project is considered curricular program training, or CPT, under your visa. The CU Denver staff will be able to determine if you need to provide any additional documentation in order to receive an updated visa that shows approval of your capstone work. Details about who you should contact can be found in the pre-capstone Canvas site. If your visa needs to be revised, you'll need to go through this process before starting any work on your capstone project, so be sure to check in early with the appropriate staff. The rest of this presentation is going to walk you through the different components of the capstone proposal summary. We recognize that this video is longer than most of the other capstone videos. However, if you watch this video in its entirety, you'll reduce the amount of revisions that you need to make once you receive your advisor's feedback. When you're ready to submit your capstone proposal for review by your faculty advisor, you'll download the capstone proposal form from the pre-capstone Canvas site. You'll submit a draft version of this project summary in the pre-capstone Canvas site, and your faculty advisor will provide you with feedback regarding any questions or necessary revisions. Although you'll likely work with your preceptor at your host site to determine the appropriate information to enter into different sections, the proposal needs to be written by you. The first page of the proposal, as shown on the screen, includes basic information about you and your host site, in addition to information about whether or not IRB approval is required. Also on this first page is a question asking if you're completing your capstone project with the same organization or preceptor as for your practicum. If you answer yes to this question, you'll need to submit your practicum learning plan along with your capstone proposal. This scenario isn't a problem, and it's perfectly fine for you to work with the same host site for your practicum and capstone. Your faculty advisor will just be reviewing your practicum learning plan and your capstone proposal to make sure there isn't too much overlap between the two. Your faculty advisor will reach out to you if they have additional questions about this. On the second page of the proposal, you'll describe your project methods, which should tell your advisor how you'll be completing your project. All components of the proposal should be written as if you have not had any previous conversations with your advisor about your project, even if you actually have. Your proposal should be written so that someone with no knowledge of your project could understand what you're proposing. Next, you'll enter a description of the public health impact of your project in exactly 5 sentences, no more and no less. The previous methods section addresses the how of your project, and the public health impact gets at the why. Then you'll describe the tangible end product of your capstone project. For people conducting research, for example, this may be data analysis results and findings. For others, it may be a summary report, a brochure, an educational curriculum, policy recommendations, or many other things. In the next section, you'll simply check the box that best reflects the impact of your project, whether it has an immediate impact on a community or perhaps contributes to public health knowledge. In the timeline section, you'll describe the different steps or stages to your project. This does not need to be in paragraph form and can be listed using bullets. The purpose of this section is for you to think through all of the various steps that will be involved in completing your project and thinking about it with relation to your 1-semester time frame. We want to make sure that you and your preceptor are being realistic in your expectations and that the work can feasibly be completed within the allotted time available. If you have concerns about this section, please reach out to your advisor and they can help you think through what you can reasonably do in 1 semester. On the third page of the proposal, you'll address potential problems or limitations, competencies that you'll bring to the project, as well as competencies that you will be gaining through completion of your project. For the problems or limitations section, this is where you'll discuss any possible challenges that you see in successfully completing your project. For example, if your project involves collecting survey data, are there any challenges for collecting the requested data from your target population? Is the target population typically difficult to get a good response rate from? Along with outlining potential challenges, you'll then also need to explain how this would impact your outcome or product, and if there is anything you can do to try to decrease the likelihood of this challenge impacting your project. The next two sections pertain to the public health competencies. You'll identify a total of 5 competencies to be addressed through your capstone project. This includes 3 competencies that you feel you've attained and demonstrated that you'll be bringing to the project, as well as 2 competencies that you feel you'll be gaining by completing your project. Of these 5 total competencies, at least 1 needs to be from your specific concentration. The other 4 competencies can be foundational public health competencies, competencies from your concentration, or competencies from another concentration. You'll find a link to all of the MPH competencies in the pre-Capstone Canvas site. The last section of the capstone proposal is where you and your preceptor sign the proposal. This ensures that both you and your preceptor are on the same page in terms of the expectations of the project. It's important to remember that you cannot enroll in the capstone course before your capstone proposal has been submitted and you've received approval from your faculty advisor. So the longer you wait to submit your proposal, the longer it'll take until you can enroll in the capstone course. You'll want to check the pre-Capstone Canvas site for deadlines pertaining to when your draft proposal needs to be submitted for the upcoming semester. Now that you understand how to complete the capstone project proposal, you're welcome to begin working on that portion of the capstone project, or you can continue on with watching additional capstone videos.